guys, welcome back to my channel. So today in this video we are going to talk about a recent launch from Nokia. So that is this Nokia 5.4 phone. So we are going to talk about its specs and my personal suggestions, all those things in this video. So the first thing is this phone comes with purely polycarbonate with 6.39 inches of screen, like full phone, and in addition to that the screen is made up here of IPS LCD display, which is quite good. And before talking about the next thing is, I'll just say what is the difference between this LCD display and LED display, what is the main part, like what is the main difference here is. So suppose if you're going to use your phones in the daytime, like during morning times and so, it may be your phones, laptops or any gadgets and those, then LCD display is a good option for you. Whereas if you're going to use your gadgets in the night time, in the sense like just closing all your room lights and then you're going to use it, then LED display is a good option. And whereas for photographies, for making videos and so, LCD is again a good option, where you'll be getting some natural brightness, whereas in LED you'll be getting a small minute adaptive brightness. So this is what the major difference. And in addition to that, it purely depends on the company's point of view, because like any companies, like depending upon their manufacturing cost and so, they'll choose like which material they want for their display. So here Nokia has used IPS LCD display, so that is in-plane switching LCD display with an pixel resolution of 720 into 1520 pixel resolution, which is quite good. You can go for 720, 1080, all those stuffs you can do. So this is about its basic specs, about the screen and so. So the next thing is, I'll just talk about the in-depth specs which you should know, like which you can also look when you're planning to buy any smartphones. So the first thing is about aspect ratio. So what is this aspect ratio? So basically just take this phone, like where I told the total phone size is 6.39 inches, whereas this 6.39 inches is not the size of its screen. So to know about the screen size and source, you have to look for this aspect ratio. So that's it. So like basically, to be more precise, this aspect ratio even gives a more clarity about the size of each pixel which is going to be available on your screen. So that is its length and breadth and as well. So here in this smartphone, it is basically 19.5 is to 9. So that is 19.5 will be your length and 9 will be your breadth of your screen. I'm not saying about the full front side of your phone. Just the screen size of your phone will be can be known with help of the aspect ratio. So for this phone, it is 19.5 is to 9. And if you want to know more about your screen size and those, please look for the screen to body ratio. So here the screen to body ratio is 82%, in the sense if you take 100% of your phone, whereas 82% will be your screen, rest 18% will be your body. So this is what you have to know, like additionally, like some good stuffs before you are planning to buy any smartphones. And in addition to that, you can also look for this PPI density if you're planning to buy any smartphones, like for on gaming point of views and so, then you have to look for PPI, that is pixel per inch density. So what does this PPI means? Suppose if you are having any smartphones right now where you might have good RAM or good processor and so, like even your data might be good, like your network is so good and all those stuff, but still if you're playing any top end games like online games and so, where like the audio will just come so fast, whereas the screen will the thing to just appear on your screen will take some time. It maybe take like 3 to 5 seconds of lag in some top end games like maybe PUBG or Free Fire or Call of Duty, any sorts of games where the audio, like if any enemy is shooting you, the audio will just come to your ears, but the thing to appear on your screen will take some time. So this is mainly due to this PPI. So that is this pixel per inch. So what it does is, you just start refreshing the screen on every second. So this is what the function of this PPI. So if you go for top end gaming phones and so, this PPI density will be so high, so that it may be like 395 plus, 400 plus and so. So here in this phone, the PPI is just 269. So which is so normal. In the sense, this phone is not a good choice for gamers. Like if you're planning to buy this phone on gaming point of view, then this phone is not a good option. So that's it. So this is about its basic specs, about like its phone and so next thing is we'll just go into this phone. We'll talk about its processor. So here the company is giving an octa-core Qualcomm of Snapdragon 662, which is quite good because like this 662 was just been launched in this year 2020. So on processor side, which is quite good, and this has been clubbed with 4 GB or 6 GB of RAM depending upon your variants which you choose, and with an internal storage of 64 GB or 128 GB, like on the variants you choose. But still you can expand it to a maximum of 512 GB by adding an micro USB SD card, and there is a dedicated slot for it. So this is about its processor side. So the next thing is we have to talk about its camera. So here on the front, that is on selfie side, here the company is giving a punch hole camera on the top left, where you're going to have 16 megapixels, which is quite okay. Whereas on the rear side, you're going to get quad camera. So that is 4 cameras with 48 plus 5 plus 2 plus 2, where your 48 is going to be a primary camera, and the next 5 is going to be a ultra wide lens, and the next 2 is going to be for macro and depth. So this is how the camera thing works here. So talking about the next thing is we have to talk about its battery part. So here the company is giving a 4000 mAh battery, lithium ion as usual, which is quite good with a 10 watts of fast charging, which is quite okay for me. So because like if you take 10 watts, the maximum current will be 2 amperes. Like if you take normal phones, in some rare cases the company will go for 5 amperes as well. But here we can consider for 2 amperes, which is quite okay because the charging time for your phones will gradually increase. Like the charging time from 0 to 100% will be somewhat high, since because the current here the intake is just 2 ampere. So that's it. So here about its battery part, and in addition to that, in this phone you're getting USB. The charging type is USB-C, which is quite good. And in addition to that, here talking about its Wi-Fi hotspot, here you're going to get BGN, so that is 802.11 BGN. So that is you're going to have a bandwidth of just 2.4 gigahertz. So that is also quite a lag in this phone. And in addition to that, here you're getting Android 10, and Bluetooth version is 8.2. Again, there is a small lag because now Bluetooth in all gadgets they are going for 5, but here the company is just backed up with 4.2, so which is quite good. And you can go for a maximum of 4G here. There is no 5G options like anything. Like this phone is purely a budget friendly phone, so that's what I can say by looking all those specs and everything. So this is about this full specs about this Nokia 5.4. So the next thing is we will talk about its availability and price. So currently it is going to be launched in USA and Europe within this month end, so in December, whereas in India it will be launched maybe next year, because just 3 months back Nokia launched Nokia 5.3 in the market. So keeping that in mind, they just launched this maybe on February or March, like on the next year on India. So whereas in Europe and USA it is going to be launched right now for almost like 170 to 220 euros. So if we convert our Indian rupees, it will be a range of 16,000 to 20,000. So this is what the range of this smartphone is going to be. So the next thing is my suggestion here about this phone is, on this price, if you're going to planning to take this phone like under this specs, then I would suggest you to also look for other phones. Like basically if you're planning to take this phone for on a gaming point of view, then I would suggest no, please don't go here. PPI is not so high, so and RAM also, so please don't go for it. Whereas if you're going to take this phone for photographies, like in those point of views, then I will say okay, you can go for it. There is no issues. Qualcomm is good, but what is the thing is, please have a suggestion of going to other good phones which is under a range of 20k, so where you're going to get this camera with additional features. In the sense, same, you're going to have this same quad camera, but what is the thing is, there you'll be having the primary camera itself for 64 megapixels with 8 or 12 ultra wide lens sensors, so it will be good for you in the future as well. So I would suggest for like if you're planning to take this phone on cameras, like for photography sensors, then I would suggest you to look for other phones, like do a comparison and then come to this phone. So that's it. And the next thing is who can use this phone. So this phone is for those people who just use for making calls, social medias, blogs, or going to work in some company, is going to use it as a secondary phone. For those people, this phone is a good choice. Or suppose if you're going to buy it for your parents and so, then this phone is a good choice for you. Whereas for gamers, photographies and so on, so please think again. For gamers, this phone is not a good choice. So that's it. So this is my suggestion about this phone, and it comes in two variants as well, two colors as well. So this is end of this video, and if you have any doubts related to this phone, please comment below. I'll paka reply to it. So hope so you like this video. If like it, give it a thumbs up. So like this content, I'll just meet in the next video. So till then, peace from K Square. Bye.